everybody. Good evening, and thank you so much for tuning in to Isolation. I'm Andrew Pugsley. This is my weekly live-streamed improvisation show in which I and some amazing guests improvise an entire story on, in the moment, just off the top of our heads. This evening, I am so incredibly delighted. I have, for the very first time, I've got two guests joining me. That is almost twice as many as normal. And I'm just looking at their feeds now, and at least one of them doesn't appear to be on camera and has maybe gone off to make a cup of tea or something. But definitely, I have joining me, the first of the amazing guests to join me this evening is Pippa Evans.
Hello.
Thank you for coming back, Pippa. You enjoyed it so much last time. You came back again for another.
Andrew, I'm such a fan. I did the first one. I watched the second one. That's commitment. Didn't watch any of the others, but I thought about it. So
yeah, wow, that is more than I could ever possibly have dreamed of. But it's not just Pippa Evans joining me today. It's also Ruth Bratt.
I was making a cup of tea.
It's because I know you well enough, Ruth, that if you're not there, it's tea is involved.
Now here's a little thing. When Pippa was talking just then, I couldn't hear her.
Oh, that wasn't very good. Can you hear Pippa when she talks now?
Can you hear me now?
No.
That's very. That's what we call a gargantuan technical error,
which was not happening earlier.
Oh, okay.
Well,
and Pippa, just sorry, ladies and gentlemen watching at home, we're just going to sort of troubleshoot for a little while here whilst you put some comments in the feed. Pippa, can you hear Ruth when she speaks?
Oh yeah, I can hear Ruth.
Hey, Pippa.
Yeah. Hi, Ruth.
Can you hear me?
I can hear Ruth.
And Duncan, can you give us a tinkle over the airwaves? Duncan is providing live underscore this evening. Can you give us a tinkle over the airwaves if you can hear all three of us? That is that's less useful than I would have hoped, isn't it?
Yeah.
Duncan, can you hear us at all?
Oh, there's Duncan.
Oh, there he is. Fantastic. Yes, Duncan is there. Duncan is essentially, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching a little tech tutorial right now about the problems that can happen with live streaming. But never mind, we'll go for it anyway. In this evening's performance, for some reason, which may or may not involve underscore live stream, these two characters probably won't talk to each other. I think that's as far as I've got right now. How does that sound?
Andy, what if I WhatsApp Ruth things she has to do?
Oh yeah, great. Yeah, great.
I didn't hear that, so I don't know what was great.
So what can happen, Ruth? Pippa can just can WhatsApp you some information.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Great, and Duncan, Pippa can hear you. Yeah, Pippa can hear everything you say. Pippa's watching you like a hawk. Okay, so. Apologize for the slightly extended intro, ladies and gents. Everybody watching at home, we would love it. During this evening's stream, we will, of course, be looking at the comment stream, and we will be taking suggestions in whatever shape or form seems interesting to us as we go along. So you can put whatever you want. We've had all kinds of stories. We had a sci-fi story when Ruth was on the story first time. When Pippa was on the show, we had a sort of long-distance romance story. Last week with Mark Meir as my guest, we had a fantasy story. We've had spy stories. We've had a murder mystery. You can put any ideas and we'll start looking at them. So we can, looking at the feed now, Jonathan Hugh Buxton says he's loving the technical hitches. I have to say, Jonathan, I'm not actually. But it all adds to the text. Ryan Murphy says two rival kitchen salesmen trying to sell Andy a kitchen. I love that. Great. We also have a bigamy as a suggestion. Great. Lovely. A man who's on a date with two different women at the same time. All of these ideas or none. Megan himself have also got. Sorry, Pippa, say again.
I was to say, what if you're seeing two women who are selling your kitchen?
Yeah. suggesting seeing two women who are selling me a kitchen. Amazing. We've also got antelope. We've got marriage. We've got fun fair. We've got all kinds of amazing suggestions. Okay, I think that is plenty. I have no idea how this is going to work with Pippa and Ruth not being in full communication, but I know that these are two of the most incredible people in the business, so they'll find a way to have fun this evening. Ladies and gents, hopefully Duncan can hear me enough to begin the underscore, and we can start this evening's performance of Isolation.
Hi there.
Hi. I've only got a few minutes.
Oh, no worries, Dermot. I'm just excited to speak to you.
Yes, great. This is the 17th time you've called me, Petula.
Well, yeah, people have to call. You know, people have things to say, so they call. And these days, you want to see people's faces while they're calling. Isn't that true? Isn't that what's fun about Zoom?
Yes, it's an incredible new technology, Petula. Really rather incredible. So what is it you wish to impart from me from Volcano Technologies this week?
Oh, Volcano Technologies. I was just wondering if you'd had any more thoughts about how the Volcano's lava system could be inbuilt to make the fridge freezer system be more efficient.
Yes, it does sound remarkable, but as I explained on the last 17 calls, I don't really have the cash at the moment to be involved in too many more big expenditures.
Oh, Dermot, come on, don't disappoint me. I just want to use your brain for good. People need fridge freezers that are, life-changing.
Life-changing. Okay, Petula, let's say this. If I buy from you, top of the line model, can we cease this unending video communication?
Well, it's not just that I want you to buy one. I want you to invest in one. I want you to believe that this is the best thing that could be part of your life, and you could be part of it too.
I see. We're going to be bound together for some time, aren't we?
I think so, Declan. Technology is the future, after all, and everybody needs a fridge freezer, wouldn't you say?
Volcano Technologies, where the future is being made today.
That's right. And fridgefreezer.co.uk.org/www.////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////
For old time's sake, Petula, send me top of the line. Send me the best you have.
It's in the post. See you soon, Declan. Bye.
Goodbye, Petula. Goodbye.
Declan, it's Gloria from Igloo Industries.
Gloria, can I stop you there?
No,
I
really want to talk to you about what we've got for you. Now, you've invested very heavily in the past, and well, what we've got for you now, Declan, is quite something.
I'm sure it is, but I have to say, Gloria, I have already spoken to someone else from a related industry, shall we say, just a few moments ago, and I've just spent out.
Petula, isn't it, from Volcano Industries, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it, Declan?
Well, yes, I'm afraid it is, Gloria.
I knew it. It's espionage. Industrial espionage, Declan. Was she talking about fridge freezers? Don't you think it's weird that a company called Volcano are talking about fridge freezers?
I think maybe you're reading a bit too much into it. Look, I've ordered a fridge freezer. I've ordered the most expensive they have in the stock. And so really, like, all of my savings have pretty much gone out the window.
You know you've got a 14-day cool-off period.
A cool-off period?
Yes. At Igloo Industries, we're very keen on cooling off periods. For our competitors.
Okay, well, I'm listening.
Perhaps, Declan, if you're interested in this industrial espionage, which is definitely happening, by the way, she's somehow got hold of all my clients.
Okay.
Perhaps you could do a little digging for us, Declan.
Digging?
Digging. You know, get your ice pick out and have a good old dig.
What's in it for me, Gloria? What's in it for me?
Well, you've invested in us. Now perhaps it's time for us to invest in you.
I mean, that sounds very attractive, but I'm just led to ask the same question. Literally, what's in it for me?
Oh, well, I obviously can't go into details over an insecure connection, Declan.
I understand.
But let's just say it could be very, very, very useful for you.
Gloria, I'll do it. Oh, for heaven's sake, yes. How do you start the call on this damn thing? Hello, Petula.
Oh, hi, Declan. How are you? Oh, I was just thinking about you, and I forgot to mention that the fridge freezer is also a sandwich toaster maker. Can you imagine? Toasted sandwich maker. I was so excited. I said it wrong. Can you believe it?
Wow, that is a chiller opportunity.
Perhaps I could come over and show you how to make a toasted sandwich with a fridge freezer.
Yes, this could be my opportunity. Yes, of course. This is what Gloria is talking about. Yes. Okay, yes. Okay. Yeah, why don't you call round sometime and deliver it? You said it's in the post. How long should I expect to wait?
Is that the doorbell going now?
You're very quick for a fridge freezer delivery operation.
What can I say? Fridge freezers are in my blood and in my feet and in my shoes and in my hands and in my handbag and in my legs and in my hands and my ears and in my hair and in my ears and in my feet and in my toenails. And that's why they get to you so fast, because I'm covered in fridge freezers, if you'll excuse the metaphor.
Excused. Very well, Petula, let's make it happen. Just in case, for example, because of technical difficulties, the captions aren't appearing on screen. I'll narrate them as I write.
I uses her face as a canvas. She's an illusion artist from South Korea.
I noticed strange audio appearing from nowhere. The next few days were spent in a complete tiz. Let's go. Video diary. I've resorted to video diaries because since the fridge freezer was delivered, literally every piece of tech in my household began to go to kaput. I had strange video calls about South Korean artists, and anything I typed into a Word document just wouldn't appear. It was almost perplexing. Petula, though, she was very friendly indeed. She came round, she installed the fridge freezer, and I have to say, despite Gloria's attempts to convince me it was some kind of industrial espionage, the fridge freezer just seemed to be a fridge on top of a freezer. Useful for keeping things cold, but not really a means of conducting statewide infiltration. And yet, just 3 days later, I received another video call from Gloria.
Hello, has the fridge started giggling yet?
The fridge? I have to say...
Has it?
Well, I mean, I have heard some strange sort of noises.
And not just the normal whir that you sort of go, oh, what's that? Is that the fridge? Is that the fridge making that noise? Or is there something else in the house? And then you go and stand next to the fridge for a really long time and just listen to it. Put your ear right up to it and go, is that the... Oh, it is the fridge. It's the fridge.
Yes, I guess.
But guess you're making that, is it? It's not that noise.
No, it's not. It's not remotely like that. It's like the sound of, I don't know, of best laid plans disappearing. It's the sound of every piece of technology in the house screaming at me to stop. Stop, yes.
So all the tech's gone squiffy.
Yes.
Phone.
Did you hear that? I heard laughing. Did you hear laughing?
I'm gonna say yes.
It's really quite, just to give you an idea, it's really quite creepy laughter.
Good. I mean, oh. And how long's the fridge been in your house? Sorry, fridge freezer.
Well, just 3 days or so, I guess, but you can't really convince me it's to do with that.
Well, I mean, was the tech working before? Is the tech working now? Were you hearing strange laughter before? Are you hearing strange laughter now? Were you looking around in a perplexed manner before? Or are you looking around in a perplexed manner now?
That's a very good point, Gloria. It's a very good point. Everything you say is true. Look, okay, what do I have to do?
Just keep Petula interested if you could. We'll send round one of our best people to have a little look at it, you know, open it up incognito.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Okay.
But Gloria, you just have to keep her happy. Make sure she doesn't suspect a thing. You're very important in all of this, Declan. Very important.
Thank you, Gloria. I'll see what I can do. Video diary. I've tried to do everything Gloria can possibly expect of me. But still, I'm haunted by the laughter. I'm haunted by the strange sounds, and Can you hear that again? Even this video diary capture device, which, to be honest, I've been so confused I'm not sure whether it's happening in the present or the past anymore. It's all going just really terribly. But next time I see Petula, I have a plan. Oh, yes. I have a plan. Petula.
Oh, hello, Declan. I'm so excited to speak to you. You know, I really enjoyed our cheese toasted sandwiches we had, and I wouldn't mind repeating that experience. Maybe putting a little piccalilli in. I know how you Brits love piccalilli, mainly because it's so fun to say. Say it with me. Piccalilli.
Piccalilli.
Come on, let's try to say it exactly the same time.
Piccalilli. Okay, after 3.
Okay.
1,
One,
2. I think one of us or the other has to say 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, we'll never say it at the same time. Petula.
Let's see how much fun we have together. Do you see that, Declan? Now.
Yes, I do. There's plenty more Piccalilli sandwiches where that came from.
Oh, that's good, because I was looking at your browsing history and I noticed you've been calling Gloria a lot.
Damn, yes. I shouldn't keep my video chat logs in my browser history. You're right. You've got to the bottom of it.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. When you went to wash the cheese grease from your head, I went to your computer. I hope you forgive me.
Damn that cheese grease.
I know, but I feel so strongly that we're going to be so close that I just needed to know you're not with her, are you?
With her? What do you mean, with her, Petula? She comes from Igloo Industries. You know, I bought everything that Volcano has to offer.
I know, but I'm a nervous person, you know. I worry. It's just that Gloria and I have history, you know. History.
Yes, I heard about your rivalry.
We were at Fridge Freezer School together.
Yes. I've heard the rivalries forged at Fridge Freezer School are some of the bitterest in the world.
You have to understand, Declan, you have to understand. When you get into fridge freezers, you don't really know what you're getting into. There's 2 different kinds.
You mean literally when you're getting into fridge freezers?
Literally. Well, for the first year, you just have to investigate the space physically. So you spend a lot of time just getting in and out of the freezer. Desk freezers, obviously, they open from the top. They're easier to get into. Hard to climb up into an ice box. I could never fit because some of my body image problems have come from that. But I digress.
It really is like the Jets and the Sharks.
It is
but
very much
fridge freezers.
Yeah. We both fell in love with the same Smeg man.
With the same, I'm sorry?
Smeg man.
Oh,
you
that is
understand the 3rd year you specialized. And we both specialized in Smeg.
And you've had a frosty relationship ever since.
No time for puns, Declan. We're talking about my feelings.
I'm sorry, Petula. Look, I can promise you. Gloria and I are not an item.
Good, because if you ever speak to her again, I'll take the fridge freezer back.
No, Petula, you wouldn't.
I would. I'd take it back. And it's extra cheese toasty ways. Because I need to trust you, Declan. I need to trust you. Trust everything that you do. Declan. Isn't that fun?
You can trust me.
Can I?
You can trust me, baby, honey. You can trust me, just believe it, 'cause I will always be there for you. You can trust me, honey, baby. Yes, you will believe it, 'cause every single word I say is true. The Just put your trust in Declan. Put your trust in this guy. Put your trust in Declan, and you won't be denied.
I know that I can trust you, Declan. I know that I can trust you good. I know that every single way and every single way that I should. I can trust you like I trust the streamers. I can trust you like I trust you then. And I know that you will never trust me like the next guy on the coin.
Don't worry, Petula. I'm on your side. Video diary. Date unknown or unrequired at this point. I told Petula I was on her side. Quite frankly, the whole thing was getting so confusing. I didn't know whose side I was on, or whose side I would be on, or whose side I will be on if there's a side to take in the future or the past. It was just really bloody confusing. I'd made a promise to each of these people. And Petula, yes, Petula had my heart, but Gloria spoke such sense. Every word she said about the espionage and the voices coming from my fridge and the greater powers that controlled all of my electronic equipment, that all was completely rational, perfectly easy to understand stuff. So really, as much as my heart belonged to Petula, I knew what I had to say to Gloria.
Oh, hello there, Declan. I wasn't expecting to hear from you.
I have a confession to make, Gloria.
Oh, dear.
I've fallen in love.
Of course you have. I'm assuming you mean with Petula and not with me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes. Oh, that could have come across as a little. Yes, I can see how that might have been a bit confusing the way I said that. No, I did mean Petula.
It's never confusing. It's always been that way ever since we were at fridge freezer school together.
Yes.
She stole a smegman from me, you know.
Yeah. Yes, I did hear that. I really didn't want to ask too many questions.
Well, you know what a smeg is, right?
I mean, let's assume yes.
You've seen the huge fridge freezers with SMEG written across them.
Yes, of course.
Some people confuse it for a disgusting term, but not us in the fridge freezer world, Declan. That's not the sort of mistake you'd make, is it, Declan?
Certainly not, Petula. Gloria, certainly not.
Petula? Well, that's interesting, given that you're in love with Petula and yet you're looking at me.
Look, it's true. I called you to say I'm in love with Petula, but I recognize that you're right. I recognize that everything you've told me must be true, but I can't stop these feelings.
Oh, no, feelings are feelings, Declan. You can't stop a feeling any more than you can stop the sea. Or than you can stop a freezer from freezing a lump of mincemeat that you've put in.
But you can unplug a freezer?
Yes, the metaphor doesn't work.
Oh, sorry, yes, okay, good point.
Yes, no, it's true. You can stop a... Declan, you can stop a freezer.
Gloria? What's come over you?
My entire worldview, Declan. I thought that freezers were the only stable and solid thing in the entire universe. I thought that freezers would always be there. Freezers never stop. Not like the world sometimes stop. Not like, sometimes you think, oh, things are all right, and then, oh, things aren't all right. But a freezer's always all right unless something's gone horribly wrong. But then there's always a man who can fix your freezer, isn't there? There isn't a man who can fix the world, Declan, or a woman who can fix the world, or who can fix a freezer. Do you see what I'm saying, Declan?
I can certainly see the certainty of your epiphany.
Freezers aren't the answer, nor are fridges.
Well, then if fridges And or freezers aren't the answer. What is, Gloria? What is?
You ever thought about heating food, Declan?
Very well. I'll be in touch soon, Gloria. Video diary. I have things to do. Laughing pervades my every moment. Time has no meaning any longer. I could see the truth in Gloria's words. Fridge freezers aren't the answer anymore. There's only one thing for it. I have to pull the plug. I have to set the thermostat to 100 degrees centigrade and burn it all down. I need to get both of them on the line at once. Here goes. Here goes.
Declan!
Oh, it's not Declan, Petula. Now it is.
It wasn't.
Oh, now it
Now it
isn't.
is. Just the two of us, is it?
No. It is now.
I don't trust that he's not listening in. There he is.
I'm sorry. I was trying to make a dramatic moment at the right moment. Why don't I leave you for a bit, and then I'll come in as an awesome moment? How about that?
Okay.
Sure.
Do you think he knows?
I don't think he's got a clue, Petula. I told him that women couldn't fix freezers. And he went for it.
I told him that a fridge freezer could make a cheese toasted sandwich. He doesn't realize when he was in the bathroom, I was just rubbing it between my hands real fast.
Oh my goodness. I told him that freezers aren't the answer.
Okay.
It's totally ours, Petula.
It's time.
It's time. Hello, Declan.
Ladies, thank you for both accepting this call.
Well, I didn't know there'd be three of us.
I didn't know there'd be three of us either.
Exactly. Yes, I pulled a move on you both that neither of you were expecting. Outwitted you both, have I not?
Oh, completely, Declan. Completely.
That's right. We're just two silly little fridge freezer saleswomen. We don't know anything about the real world.
We know nothing. We've been so caught up in freezers this whole time and fridges. We just haven't been thinking, Declan.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry, ladies, but I have a great plan, and you might not like it, but this is what's going to happen. I'm going to divest all of my fridge freezer money. I'm going to sell every last share I have. I'm going to completely get rid of it, and I'm going to invest every last penny. And as you probably don't know, as you probably haven't done any research on me, I am a multi-millionaire. I'm going to invest it all in microwaves.
Do you have a company in mind for the microwave?
Oh, yes. Yes, I certainly do. Yes, Eruption Technologies. I don't know a great deal about them, but I got an anonymous link in an email, and they just seem to be absolutely incredible, and I'm sorry, ladies, silly little ladies, that this won't be the sort of thing you fridge freezer women like.
Oh,
but I'm going to put all my money in there.
But Declan, please don't immediately just click on that transfer all funds button right now.
Oh, please don't, Declan. We couldn't cope if you did.
Please.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but my finger is hovering over the button right now. I'm going to click.
Don't, Declan, don't. Do, Declan, do.
Click.
Isn't it funny it's called Eruption? eruption industries. You know,
Funny.
well, there's volcano industries, and I, of course, am from igloo industries, which, of course, is often found in cold places like Iceland, where there was a famous volcanic eruption.
And I come from volcano industries. And so isn't it funny how a volcano that might erupt might create something else like, I don't know, eruption industry?
Yes. I mean, to be honest, volcanoes has a much less tenuous link than igloos to eruptions.
Yes, I know, but I managed to make one, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I mean, it's really, really weak, but I made it.
It's such a shame, isn't it, that all of your money's just gone over there.
Oh, it's all just gone. All those millions. Oh, if I just click on my... Oh, what's that?
No, surely not. Surely not. You don't mean it. No, you haven't.
I'm just a silly woman, Declan. How could I?
Sorry, Declan. Oh, and by the way, did you turn your freezer up to 100 degrees? Because that is not a clever idea.
No.
Yes, it is getting rather warm in here.
Is it? Oh dear, very warm.
I think
Do you
I'm
hear the
melting.
laughing? Do you hear the
Yes,
laughing?
I hear the laughing. Surely not. Lady, tell me this one thing. Why have you done this to me?
Because we know you invested in Smeg, you Smeg man.
No!
Bye, Declan!
Hello. That was our story.
Who knew?
Who knew? Who knew? Declan certainly learned a lesson.
What's funny is that because we've been doing the kids show this week, that I felt very like this is very different to the Showstopper Kids show, isn't it?
There's some truth in that. Yeah, absolutely. Now we were slightly plagued by some technical issues there, but Ruth and Pippa, you managed to get communicating by the end.
I've got this headphone in is connected to my phone. Pippa is
cool.
On a phone call with Pippa, so I'm hearing Pippa.
I can talk to her like that.
Amazing work. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, at some point, I lost Duncan from my control panel. But to me, it sounded like he was still playing. Certainly, we were doing some singing, and Pippa could hear him singing. Hopefully, people at home, there he is still playing. I can't bring Duncan up on screen at the moment because he's literally, there's nothing to click on.
Someone
but thank you, Duncan.
Ray Duncan at one point, so...
Great.
So they obviously could hear him.
I'm extremely pleased because what Duncan was doing was awesome. So I'm very pleased that you could hear him at home. Thank you so much for tuning in to what in future generations I will refer to as the Tech Nightmare episode of Isolation. But I have to say, despite it all, I had an incredible amount of fun.
It was lovely.
And we've got Duncan. Here's Duncan. Here we go. Do we see? There he is. There's the face of Duncan. Beautiful music there, Duncan. Thank you ever so much. As always.
No problem.
We got a lovely little sort of West Side Story homage in there. Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
We got a bit of West Side Story in there. Beautiful cue there, picking up from the comments, Duncan.
I couldn't hear Pippa at all. So I had to basically go from Pippa's lip movements. Sorry, I did actually I did text. I sent Pippa a text to suggest she phoned Ruth. So I don't know if you got that text.
Yes, that's why. Yeah, we
yourself.
got that.
Okay,
but not the next one.
Okay, I then sent another text saying, by the way, I can't hear you, Pippa. Please don't sing.
No, because then my phone was obviously on a call to Ruth, so then I just couldn't look at it.
It's. I think I know you well enough to know what you're saying now, but yes.
Well, there we go.
If what you've said this last hour.
if what Pippa was singing at home, if that made even 5% sense, that means that Ducnan and Pippa are both mind-blowingly amazing.
Genius.
Yay!
There's been a couple of requests, including your mum, to see the cat.
Oh, yeah.
And he is asleep on the sofa. Wow.
Oh, there he is.
There he is, little cat.
Ruth, beautiful cat. What's his name, Ruth?
Casper.
Casper. Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm now spelling it with a U-R. Oh, Casper.
Casper. Very nice, very nice. Lovely. The other tech challenge we had is that I think people couldn't see the captions I was writing on screen. That's why I went to a video in there. So all in all, it was a challenging episode, but I think we came up with a plot that was remarkably coherent. Give all of that. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, there's some information in the feed there about how you can support my Patreon. If you might have paid a couple quid to see this in the theatre with fewer technical issues, then you can always bung a few quid into the PayPal link there as well. No pressure, we understand. Times are tight for everybody. Just thank you so much for watching the show. And thank you for coming back. People have watched it several times in a row. If you've enjoyed the show a few times, tell me in the comments. Tell me what was your favourite show. Let me know what you thought. And please share the show with your friends, or indeed people you don't like, if they might also watch it. That would also be good. Oh yes, that's right. Next week, technical issues permitting, we got a special episode. One of the other shows I do with some amazing improvisers is called The Society of Strange. And that is a sort of improvised weird tales, sort of gothic horror kind of spooky show. So next week on Isolation, we're going to have a Society of Strange special, which may be made all the more special if none of us can hear each other, for example. But let's hope we can. Please do tune in next week. Till then, any final words from Ducnan?
Stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Ruth.
Oh, bye everyone. It was lovely to see you all. Or not, well, you know.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning into Isolation. Please join us next week, 8 p.m. UK time on my Facebook page. Thank you, everybody, and good night.